Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, November 14th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Monday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Right now, you'll notice the ES is trading in a super narrow range, just 20% of average range, just ahead of the RTH Open, which is very, very rare to see something that narrow here. It's an inside day trading around the midpoint of Friday's range. Friday's range, as you know, also very narrow. So after a massive squeeze here, we have a couple of holding days, digestive days up here at these highs, and those will be very important toward building the energy to extend this continuation to the upside, or in some cases fail as well. So right now, building that energy here. And for the day, we'll be looking for likely a fading of the edges with an upward bias. So if price drops to the previous session's low, looking for a fade that brings you back within the range. If price pushes too far outside the high, it could push back inside the range until proven otherwise. Again, fade the edges with an upward bias. All right, let's take a look here at the NQ. The NQ is trading 21% of ADR right now, 21 of average daily range. Again, this is an inside day to Friday's range, still trading inside that range after a massive squeeze on Thursday. We have a two-day holding pattern right now developing. Again, given the range that we have already set out on Friday, if price were to drop down toward the low, it could be a fade back up. If price pushes up to the high, it could be a fade back within the ranges. Fade the edges with an upward bias until proven otherwise. But the key level here, 750 is the high. Can price stay above 11,800? First pullback could be a continuation as this thing attempts to push through 11,800 and get to yearly VWAP, which is back toward 13K, and perhaps the 200-day moving average at 12,739. All right, let's take a look here at crude oil. Crude oil right now, range bound. Range bound right now, 68% of average range. Inside days, it pulls back away from the November 2nd FOMC key level. Inside day to Friday's range. Again, what you continue to see with crude oil is a lot of chop. A lot of chop right in here. Ever since we had this narrow range, we were chopping around a bit. Price pushed to the upside, it looked like we had some legs, and then we started to chop back and forth. One good move to the edge, and then right back down, and still chopping around. So, I mean, this is a developing wedge or developing triangle type of pattern. We could continue to see chop between 85 and 94 as this thing just continues to whip back and forth. Eventually, we'll get expansion from this range, which could be a significant move. Again, from this key range right here, that's 94. This low right here is about 75. You're looking at a good 9-10 point range right now. So we could be looking at a 9 to 10 point breakout move whenever we're ready to see that breakout. So again, quite a bit of back and forth within the larger pattern. Eventually, we could see a great expansion opportunity ahead. Looking at gold futures right now, gold down just shy of about 0.2%. One thing you'll see right here with gold is how bullish it has been lately. This is a rare triple bottom here with a massive squeeze that finished on a Friday above the 1680 level. Kept mentioning above 1680 opens up 1740, and then you challenge the upper end of that regression channel. And right now, explosive breakout push through 1740, now trading 1766.60 here, with a shot at returning back to yearly VWAP and the 200-day moving average. That's going to be 1807s. You have a shot to continue higher toward yearly close, the previous year's close, and also the previous year's midpoint, which is between 1820 and 1830. So right now we have a massive squeeze happening here in gold. It's broken some major market structure levels in terms of 1740 and the upper regression line here. That could open up the next zone above. So again, 1830 could be about as high as we go. And we have, again, yearly VWAP and 200-day moving average as the next closest targets ahead. So buying the dips for a continuation higher makes a lot of sense. Lastly, taking a look at ETH futures. This one's had some wild swings here lately, but the year's lows so far have held. Right here, this low, which is basically 1,994, is held. We got a massive sell-off here. That strong pivot high to this strong pivot low, and now we're kind of building up a little bit of energy. We never got the midpoint though. The midpoint of this impulse move is right here. It's 1356, 1355.50. So basically, from this low, that high, if price can bounce and get that 1355.50, we have ourselves a new key range that we can use for extensions and also for fading of the edges. So right now, looking for this thing to come and snap back to this 1355.50 midpoint relatively quickly so that it can cement that pattern. And once it does, we have ourselves a really good key range to work with. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.